All right. Welcome back to the Twist Takes podcast, episode 20. We've made it all the way to 20. Playoffs are still going on. We're in round two of both the NBA and the NHL. NFL is almost here. We're getting those sweet schedule releases tonight. And the MLB is still a league. Dante, how you doing?
Oh, wow. Changing up the order today. Okay, I like it. You know, doing all right. Yesterday's extra innings Rays game really kind of took some life out of me. But yeah, doing well. Just kind of watching casually right now. It's kind of fun just having no horses in the race except the Pacers, but my hopes for them weren't too high anyway. So just being a casual watcher, just enjoying some games. It's been a good time.
Dane, how you doing?
Aside from my baseball team being the worst one of my entire lifetime, um, not too bad. I'm gonna be sad to see LeBron leave my favorite basketball team too. But maybe that'll help my Max Christie card investment. Because I actually think he could be decent. But the Packers schedule releasing is at least fun and gives me something to look forward to because I know they'll at least not let me down until the second round of the playoffs when they play the 49ers.
And you'll,
You
you'll
know,
know at
I
least you'll be able to learn 2 weeks in the season that you'll get a win.
Yeah.
I really pegged you as the kind of guy that would follow LeBron to wherever he goes. I'm not gonna lie.
I did growing up, but it's like now I'm too old to do that.
You pegged him?
I pegged him.
Okay.
I did.
I mean,
On
growing
the
up I
North
did, but
Skate.
like I was like
He
8 whenever he went to the Heat. So
Michael, he pegged him because he thought he was a LeBron Glazer.
Oh
I am
yes. No,
still.
that makes
I
sense.
am
He
still.
would
I will also watch whoever he plays for. But if they play the Lakers, I will cheer for the Lakers.
Good man.
he
That's
would
better man than Ryan. I can say that for sure. I mean,
When have
seriously,
I
pick a
hopped
team,
teams?
dude.
I
I
think
mean,
that's
dude,
just
seriously, pick a team. Sending me
Ryan's a
mixed
homie
gifts in
hopper.
the chat,
Confirmed.
dude. I mean, biggest homie hopper. Absolute slut for only good New York teams. If they suck, no, want nothing to do with them.
no,
If
I will
they're
never
good, he
no.
acts like
You
he's
will
a
see
ride or
me
die.
no, you will see me never root for the Rangers or the Islanders. Stand by
Yeah,
that.
because you
Wait,
picked
just
the
wait till the
Devils
Yankees make the
instead.
playoffs, bro. He's gonna be the biggest Yankee fan of all time.
No, I would never nope, I'd never be a Yankees fan. I'd be a Mets fan because my
Oh
dad's a
my
Mets
god,
fan.
yeah. Oh my god, if the Mets were good, I don't even want to know. He wouldn't even act like the Twins existed. They wouldn't even exist in his world. He would probably burn all of his Twin stuff and say he's been a Mets fan since day one.
Michael, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. Cats lost last night, which sucked, but
Meow.
um still two games to go. They just need to not lose three in a row. Well, now two in a row, but end of the day it is three in a row. Betting wise, I cannot connect on prize picks. I don't know what it is. I've been hitting at like a 70% clip on my picks, but I just can't connect the prize picks right now. Like I don't know what it is, but I mean I hit like a six pick a couple weeks ago, and then since then it's just been bad beat after bad beat of like one pick off of like big plays. Um, but luckily I've gotten a protected play every day this week, which is nice, $20 protected play. So I've at least been um close to breaking even over the past few weeks, aside from the big hitter. Uh, Other than that, not too much else going on.
Speaking of Connect, the NBA Draft Combine is going on right now.
I liked that. That was good, Peyton. 10 out of 10. Dalton
Yeah.
Connect reference.
Dalton Connect there. Obviously, we know he's good. But one guy that I've really taken a liking to, and I've always liked him, I like the small conference guys. And the Lakers need a big at 17. Give me Enrique Freeman out of Akron.
Dog.
Dude
Dog
is
watch.
dogging guys.
Oh man, I really thought you were gonna say you liked Zach Edey out of this draft.
No.
Oh no, obviously I'm just kidding. Yeah, Enrique Freeman, he's a dog. Yeah, if you bring up any college guys, I'll be able to give my input. And any of these international guys, I have not kept up. I don't know who the fuck any of these people are. So
I think that Shepard and Castle will both go in the top 5, which will be
I just
cool.
don't know if Shepard will.
I got to meet both of them last year at the City of Palms, which is cool. Jalen Bridges is a projected lottery pick. I got to play against him in high school, which is cool. So
Dogs are actually absolutely just going at it back there. Yeah, I've been trying to do some research into some like good two-way wing players that I wanted the Pacers to draft, and then I remembered they don't have their first round pick because they traded it to the Raptors for Siakam. So I'm obviously
good trade
not.
though. Good trade though.
Yeah, good trade. I'm actually very happy about that trade, but yeah, they don't have one at the moment. I mean, they can always trade for one, but I don't see that happening. So
Jalen Bridges though would be the perfect pick for that.
he would. I was actually thinking the same thing. I actually like there's a few guys that are older that I actually like, but one of the freshmen that I'm really big on is listen, he'll never average 20 points a game in the NBA, but however you say his first name, Messi from Baylor.
Oh yeah, I know
That guy. Yeah, he's a freak. That guy's an absolute freak of nature. He's got like I'm talking Rudy Gobert defensive upside. Just such a freak.
People got to stop flipping out when people register like an inch and a half shorter without shoes on than they do with shoes. Like, literally, no shit. They're like, oh,
I already know this is
He's
a Bronny
listed at
rant.
6'3", and he went in at 6'1.5" without shoes. Yeah,
I knew it. I knew this was a Bronny rant from the start.
no, dude. Like, even like the kid that's supposed to go first, Alex Sarr, is listed at like 7 foot and like half an inch, and then he goes without shoes on, and he's 6'11.5", and people are like, "Oh my god, he's capping." Like, no, dude, he probably just took it with shoes on. I don't know. It's
Are
just
the shoes really 2 inches though? Like, is that like the average basketball shoe?
you teach stats and you don't know 6'11.5" to 7 foot and half an
Well, no,
inch.
you were saying 6'3" to 6'1" before, or
It
still
was
like
six-
1.5
six,
inches.
1.5. Yeah, I mean, depending on what basketball shoes you have on.
That's extremely average.
Yeah.
I don't
Some
know
would even say
basketball
that's
shoes.
above average.
I don't have one and a half
Dante's the only
inch
one that got
soles
that
on me.
reference.
Yeah, buddy, track
Dante,
shoes don't add
Dante
that
is
much
the
height.
only one that understood what I was talking about there, but
No, I
that's
definitely
fine.
did.
I'm everywhere today. You can't get
I
anything
do have
past me.
2 inches somewhere on my body.
No, it didn't land the first time. It's not gonna land the second time, buddy.
I mean, no, it landed for me. No,
It
It landed
yeah,
for
I was-
Dante, but it's all right. It hit a little too close to home for Ryan, but that's fine.
I mean, yeah, there's clearly a reason why he seems very rattled after that. But yeah, I just think it's so funny that Atlanta sports finally catches a break and it's like the worst draft class ever.
Where's Dillingham going? Because I think he is
I
going to
saw-
be very good in the league. But
Oh,
I
he's
saw a
another guy that
mock
people
had
are
him at like
flipping out.
9.
That he came in like almost 2 inches under his listed height, and people were like, "Oh my god!"
He's a point guard. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Like I saw the mocks. A lot of them have him going between like 8 and 10. I could honestly see him go higher. I like him more as a pro prospect than Reed Shepard. I just think he has a more of an all around game.
I
Like,
agree.
I
Reed
think-
Shepard's
I
just
think-
glorified Kyle Korver.
Dude, but he's gonna be.
Well, hold on,
role
no,
player.
no. Let's at least get him up to Tyler Hero, not Kyle Korver. I think.
I mean,
Tyler
Tyler
Hero's
Hero,
better.
like in this league, realistically hasn't done a whole lot. I mean, he's just always either injured or
Oh my God, here we go again with Michael in the NBA. Michael, who would you take, Tyler Hero or Kyle Korver?
I mean, skill wise, I'd take Tyler Hero.
No, any wise, all of the wises. Who would you take,
Give me Kyle Korver.
dog?
Honestly, I don't know if I disagree.
Yeah, I don't feel
No.
like it's that cold of a take. Kyle Korver had like a pretty decent career, and Tyler
He
Hero
had way
never
more than a
plays.
decent career, bro. He had a really good career.
But I just I just think of him as a bench player. I think of Tyler Hero as a starter on most NBA teams. I don't know. Like I don't like when I think of Kyle Korver, I don't think of a guy that's averaging 20 and he doesn't do much else other than score. So not that Tyler Hero does either, but he's at least better at that part too.
He's also still really young. I mean, let's not
Yeah,
like
no, that's what I'm saying. In their primes, I'm taking Tyler Hero.
oh, so okay, so I have his stats up here. He hasn't played a single year where he's played more than 67 games, and he's been in the league for 5 years. Like he's the dude
Street
is just
clothes.
huh?
Street clothes.
Dante's glazing him because of the one Jack Harlow song.
I don't even listen to Jack Harlow. I listen to like maybe one Jack Harlow song.
Yeah, and it just so happened to be Tyler Hero. Yeah, I know.
No, it's Nail Tech.
I sincerely hope you're kidding because that is a god awful song.
It's a good song. I don't listen to it often. It's just on my playlist.
No, you listen to Gang Gang though.
The fuck is that?
You know which one I'm talking about.
Gang Gang. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Never-
Mhm.
I only listen to that when I'm in Peyton's truck. Yeah, we got very off topic there, but yeah, I think Reed Shepard. I think his ceiling is a better Tyler Hero.
Yeah, I know. And don't get me wrong. I do think like Tyler Hero has more skill than Kyle Korver. I just think that we are yet to really see him reach his full potential. Like I feel like people talk about him in like a way brighter light than he realistically should be talked about in. Personally, I mean,
He averages over 20 points on a team that spreads the ball around a lot and has a lot of scoring options. Even though they're an 8 seed, they have depth. They just lack star power. But like, I think he's right on par with Butler in points, more than Bam. He's just I just think he's a better. I think he's a better 3 level scorer than Corver ever was.
you're probably right.
But Shepard's going to be a little different though. I feel like he's going to be more of a true point guard.
But I don't. Maybe I just didn't see it because Dillingham was there, and I always thought of him more as the point guard on that team. So maybe we'll see that in the league. But
All I know is the last sixth man out of Kentucky to go into the draft his freshman year and become a lottery pick.
ooh, I know this one. I know this one.
Is an absolute dog.
Wait. I think I know it. Is it Devin Booker? Right.
Is Devin Booker.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And they were very similar coming out of college.
That's true.
All
That is
Booker
true.
did in college was shoot.
Yeah, I'm not saying he can't develop as a player, obviously.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm not an NBA scout because I can only tell you what I've seen, not
Right.
not really
Booker
what I
was
can
even
project.
like the 13th pick or something in his class. If we
Yeah,
draft, obviously it would be different, but that's where he went.
yeah. I think basketball is really the one sport where I'm just going off of what I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really. I never played. I never played competitive basketball. I can't project these guys.
I even played competitive basketball, but I have like no eye for a scout. Like I could look at college baseball prospects all day and like just look at their hand speed and tell you, oh, this kid could be a pro. But
Yeah. Well, regardless, Michael Ryan, any lottery prospects or non-lottery prospects that you're interested in?
No, I don't. It's the
Yeah, I
NBA
like
draft.
Dillingham. I like Dillingham.
he's in the lottery.
I think he'll be the best player to come out of the draft personally. But I also don't know much about the overseas talent, so I'm not going to say that quite yet. I don't really have as much of an insight for those guys.
Me
Um,
neither.
Yeah,
And-
it's a poor class when the number one overall picks player comp is Tyson Chandler,
Oh man, that's rough.
that's
Um,
Alex Sarr's comp.
Yeah, that's rough. I think Castle is going to be the best player out of this draft.
I agree.
Yeah, it very easily could be. I haven't really been focusing on a lot of that just because I've been watching the playoffs, but I guess you could look at both. But
Yeah, same. I'm just I'm still I'm a March Madness guy at heart still, so I like Cody Williams. I think I think he has the best frame. I think he has the best build to be like a star in the NBA. But I don't know. He couldn't really put it all together.
One more thing about this, and then we could go to the playoffs of the
Yeah.
NBA. But people like nutting over Zach Edey shooting like 40% with no defender standing in front of him. Like, do it with like Joel Embiid or Anthony Davis running out at you, bro, and then I'll be impressed. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
you're gonna get
I've seen
professional. I
Shaq
would
do
hope you
that.
could stand there and shoot those threes.
I just
Yeah.
don't see like I've seen like mock drafts that don't even have him getting drafted, and
He'll get drafted, but he's not.
I just don't see why like if you have like a late second round pick, why you wouldn't just
He's depth. Like he'll be able to play right away. It's just a matter of how good will he be. Like he's gonna be like Luka Garza.
I mean, Luka Garza is a solid bench player.
That's what I'm saying. He could be a solid bench contributor, but you're not getting a superstar out of him.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
think he
he'll
has
always be.
potential to ever be a superstar.
No, because I think he'll always be like a backup big man option
And
on
that's
some
fine.
solid
Everybody,
teams.
he'll make
Yeah,
a lot
everyone
of
has their
money
roles.
doing that. So
Yeah, it doesn't take away what he did in college, but also let's
Right.
not get carried away and act like he's going to be Dwight fucking Howard.
right.
All right, let's get into recapping some of the playoffs. So last week it was Tuesday when we recorded this podcast. The Timberwolves were up 2-0, going back to the Target Center. Now it is 3-2 Denver heading back to the Target Center.
Season before you, Ryan. I'm sorry.
I've lost my hope. Rudy Gobert needs to have another kid.
So that's why you switched to the Knicks.
I've
Got
not
it.
switched
No, it
to the
makes
Knicks.
sense.
I just like trolling you because they're playing the Pacers.
Dick Ryder.
And I will root
yeah,
for them
that-
over the
that's
Celtics.
So disappointing. I was
I mean, I
actually
still
kind of
think
pulling for
like
Minnesota.
is the season over? Obviously, no, because it's only a 3-2 series. Like I still think like they can still play the way that they have before in those first two games. They have not had the same level of defense that they did in those first two games. You expect them to drop one, was not expecting them to drop both at home. Like I was expecting this to go 3-2 Timberwolves back to Minnesota. Like I was expecting the Nuggets to at least win two. Um, I mean, we just got to lock down, win the one at home, and then figure it out from there when you go back to Nuggets and kind of upset them.
Like I always said, the Nuggets were going to go as far as Jamal Murray takes them, and for those first two games, he's really turned it back up.
Yeah,
I mean,
between
he did,
that
but
and
also like Jokic. I mean, I don't know if you guys watched the game last night, but
No, Jokic, you know what you're going to get from Jokic. I'm saying it's like Jamal Murray is the make or break point.
Michael Porter swing the rock
Well,
Jr.
No.
Gordon's
Porter
been playing a
don't
lot better
swing
too.
the rock,
Gordon's been dropping like I think near 20 points the
he
past
has
two games,
been.
which is
He's really been a monster. I mean,
Yeah, but his role is really easy. It's just Jokic gets the ball at the free throw line, he slams to the basket.
mhm.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, but he's one of the people in the league that does that best because he's always just been one of the most freakish athletes in the NBA.
Oh
his
no, yeah,
defense has been really
he's
good too.
great at what he does. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed. Anthony Edwards has not disappointed me at all. He's
Well,
been
so-
fine.
He's
A
been
quick-
pretty bad the past couple of games, honestly.
Well, but also I don't know.
Yeah.
I forget if it was game 4 or game 5 the stat came from. But it was like he was off the court for 2 minutes and 40 seconds. During that 2 minutes and 40 seconds, the Timberwolves lost by 13 points. When he was on the court, they won by 8.
Yeah,
And so
I mean,
they
he
lost
does
by 5
so
points
much, man.
because like
Yeah, but you can't play the entire game. So
Yeah.
you know.
well, you could do a Josh Hart, you technically could.
Or any Knicks starter. But I mean that's my point is it's been Anthony Edwards playing at a 1 seed level and then everyone else
Yeah.
doing just
Mhm.
what
I mean,
everyone
Anthony
else does.
Edwards was a minus 12 last night.
I
Okay,
mean,
so it must have
okay.
been
So
game
we
4.
got one rough Anthony Edwards game where
No, I'm
If he
sorry. I
doesn't
thought
play
Ryan
good.
was talking about last night with the plus minus.
So that's what I said. I didn't know if it was game 4 or game 5 the stat came from.
Yeah, he was +5 in that game. But honestly, like there were some other players that were fine too. Like Rudy was +9 and Towns was +4. It was really just their bench that sucked it up. I mean, Nikhil Alexander Walker was -20.
How many minutes? I gotta know.
He played 24 minutes.
Oh
That's
wow. Okay,
crazy.
so you,
I'm sorry. The worst one though, the absolute worst one that I've ever seen. This is kind of crazy. Kyle Anderson played 6 minutes and was a -18.
Oh my god. That's
impressive.
brutal. That is honestly impressive because they're almost they're almost getting 3
Props
points
to
every
him.
time they go down the floor.
Props to him.
Yeah.
He's the GOAT for real.
The anti-goat Kyle Anderson. The Brian Scalabrinis of Tobias Harris's.
How's Jaden McDaniels been?
Not Kevin Durant, that's
I
for
mean,
sure.
yeah. I would take Kevin Durant at this point. They should definitely be like, if you beat a team, you can take one player from them. So we should be able to get Kevin Durant.
You'd take another street clothes?
But then, I mean, it would be Anthony Edwards and Kevin Durant versus Jokic and LeBron.
Yeah.
I feel like McDaniels has been doing what like he needs to do. Like he's not a guy that's going to be like putting up numbers like he did in a couple of those games in the first round. And
That's also, yeah, those first 2 games are like our bench was hot. Like we had Conley dropping threes. We had
Conley always
McDaniels, I think, was
drops
dropping
threes, so
3.
stop with
Yeah,
that.
but these past few games, it's like if he's
well,
walking
Conley
down with
didn't
the
even
ball, I
play
hope he
last
doesn't
night.
or whatever the last
Conley was
game.
hurt last night, bro.
I didn't watch last game. I fell asleep because it was 10:30.
When I think of Mike Conley, I just think of greatest NBA 2K 3-point shooters of all time.
That's Terrence Ross. Come on now.
Okay, all right, yes, but like when I used to, I didn't get any of the new ones for the last like 3 years, but I used to play like 2K18. Mike Conley was just an absolute bucket every single time.
Yeah,
So
his-
I'm
For no
glad
reason
he's
either.
doing it in real life too.
Dante used to get so pissed because I would just pull up with him, like, and he's like, "This guy isn't even a 3-point shooter. What the fuck?"
Traditional point guard, my ass.
Um, I don't have anything else for the playoffs. Honestly, the East has been.
pretty scratched.
I mean, it's so it's going to be Celtics. I mean, Pacers could definitely still come back.
Well, yeah. Again, no, the home team ain't losing, so it's
Yeah.
it's going to come down to Game 7, I think. And can the Pacers steal one? I don't think so. They can't do it on the road. They haven't lost a home playoff game yet. And I mean,
Also,
I
is
guess they
Anobi
win.
finally going to be back? Because I know he didn't play in Game 5.
I don't know. Honestly, Og doesn't move me.
The GOAT OJ Anobi.
I think the Knicks have been playing good basketball anyway. Like
But I
Josh
also-
Hart has been insane. DiVincenzo's been insane. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's gonna make that much of a
There might be the
difference.
best role player in the NBA.
Halliburton just hasn't been it, dude. I don't know. Again, I don't know because I wasn't there with you guys, obviously, but like I don't know if you guys watched the game, but like the number of like open looks that he has that he just dishes the rock is like insane. Like for a guy that's like it's like the Jonathan Huberdeau argument with the Panthers where it was like in the playoffs and during the regular season, like he had so many assists, but it's like if you're gonna pay a guy a shit ton of money and he's gonna be your guy, like they better score. Like I mean, like
Oh yeah, I mean he has 30 plus. I think in 2 of the games this series.
he does. It's just it's weird. He's either like it's like all or nothing. Like he'll put up 6 points one game and then he'll shoot like 13 threes the next game. Like it's very like strange. And
I
that-
think. Oh, go ahead.
no, I just think that if they want to win, like if you look at the last 2 games when they were in Indiana, he was cooking, and then like I don't know if he just gets like homesick or what, but
Yeah, I do think his confidence was shaken a little after the injury, but the part of what makes the Pacers tick is their depth. They have 8 different guys averaging in double figures in the playoffs. Obi Toppin's averaging 12 points in 18 minutes per game. That's just kind of That's their MO is we have 8 different guys that can score. We don't need to rely on one person. Now, in my opinion, that can only get you so far because I do think that you need a guy like a true scorer. And I think that's why historically teams that run under great point guards that either don't have a superstar scorer with them or are Steph Curry and is the superstar scorer as well. I think they falter. But I mean, I still think they could win the series against the Knicks. They have no shot against Celtics. They just don't.
Well, let me pose this. When was the last time somebody won an NBA Finals without a scoring superstar?
Yeah, probably never. I mean, I really, if I had to guess, I'm not even gonna go
Definitely not
through
that
it
I
all.
can remember.
I mean, maybe the Pistons in 03-04.
Yeah, but that was a different style of basketball that long ago too.
Yeah, but I'm talking like even in that era and
Right.
before that, like I can't think of one. And again, that's my point is I think teams where the point guard is their best player and they're not named Steph Curry because Steph Curry is the scorer, the point guard, and the everything. I think those teams just historically falter.
Yeah.
'Cause they don't have that dog that's gonna take the last shot.
Yeah, I agree.
And then I think we have a great series in Dallas. OKC. That one I assume will probably go 7. That one's just back and forth. Um, None of the games have even been blowouts, I think, in that series. It's always been like maybe like a 10-point game at the end because it runs away with fouls, but that's been a great series to watch.
Because
It'll be
Kyrie's
fun.
gone.
That's been fun. I am looking forward to that game 7 because I do think it'll happen.
All right, well, let's move on to some NHL playoffs,
Bye,
um,
Peyton.
where we are worried of some sort of 3-1 comeback, maybe.
3-1. Let's try
I don't know.
3-0.
I was about to say, all right. So who do you think is feeling worse right now, the Panthers or the Rangers? Like, who do you think is more scared?
Rangers.
I think the Rangers. Yeah, I um
It's hard to argue with.
Panthers. Cats was one game that was very evenly fought. The Rangers have been actually, honestly, in my opinion, I thought they were the better team for the first period and a half, marginally in the last game, but I thought they got completely dominated the last 30 minutes. And I think that's been the case a lot of the series.
and it's funny we don't even mention the Avalanche. I think the Avalanche are done. I think it ends tonight. Because it's in Dallas, right? It's in Dallas, game 5.
Yeah, game 5.
Lock that one up. Um,
Yeah, that's a bad look from them, honestly. I just looked it up. So I'm sorry, I'm gonna go back to that because we were talking about it. The last team to not have a 20-point playoff score is or like to not have a player that averages more than 20 points and win the NBA title is the Spurs in
Interesting.
2014.
Yeah, and they probably had how many guys scoring 15?
Well, yeah, but I mean that was the
Oh
argument.
no, yeah, I know. But I'm saying like they're almost an exception to that rule just because of how deep they were.
Yeah.
And
They actually
elite
only had
defense,
two
too.
players over 15.
Really, who was it? Like Timmy D and Kawhi?
Probably
Yeah, it
not
sure as
Timmy.
shit wasn't Manu Ginobili.
I won't stand for this Ginobili banter, dude.
um. Anyway, yeah, Avs looked like shit.
Yeah, makes me very happy. I have Stars Cats as my final, and I'm honestly still feeling really really good about that.
Also, speak of a goalie matchup that I thought I'd never see in a second round, Picard versus Silvos. I mean,
Yeah. And
come
an all
on.
Canadian second round. I mean, is this what kind of hell is this? This is like a nightmare.
I'm sorry, the Stars are obliterated.
Bobrovsky versus Swayman. We have Anderson versus Igor, and then we just have like that series, which is just
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, the
Onger
Stars are
versus who cares?
obliterating either of those teams. They might sweep them.
Yeah, the goalie play in the West is actually awful. I mean,
It's Ottinger.
Yeah, it's
just
Ottinger and then a bunch of kindergartners.
yeah.
I mean, we could have had Hellenbuck. We could have had Saros.
We should have had Soros.
Yeah.
Enough of the Canucks' lucky run of destiny is over. It's done.
But this just like
It's done.
makes me feel like way more confident about my belief that the Jets are frauds. Like I just did not see them as a great team, honestly. And the way that the Avs are coming out and shitting the bed this round, like I feel like just proves it.
What having no
I think
cocaine
well, so
does.
I agree to that point, but I think the Stars would have done this to Winnipeg as well. I think the Stars are just that. Yeah, I'm surprised that Vegas took it to 7 with the Stars because I think the Stars would have also dogged the Jets. I'm not a fan of the Jets as well. Like I had the
Well, I'm
Avalanche
glad
winning.
you've said that, Ryan, because it took us only like 2.5 years to turn you into a Stars believer.
Well,
I'm just messing with you. I'm busting your balls.
I hate
Stars have been that team. I hopped on it last year. It didn't work out because Aiden Hill Linsanity run. But I do believe this is the year that the cup comes back to Dallas.
I mean, Wyatt Johnson's a freak. Like you can say they've been that team, but like that dude came out of nowhere and is like a real piece.
Also, they're like
He was a first round pick, but yeah, I know what you
they're
mean.
the perfect mix of like young, talented guys with solid veterans. Like when you think of other teams that pick up veterans, like you have like Pat Maroon. Yeah, Pat Maroon's a great veteran. He's just a brute. But like they have Matt Duchene, they have Jamie Benn, they have Sagan. I'm gonna say Suter, but like they have these old guys who like actually
Pavelski.
still make Pavelski. Like you just keep naming them off on the team. Like when I saw they did like how many players are on a team with like plus 900 games, the Stars have like 8 of them. It's just
Yeah,
like where
it's crazy. They have 8 of them, and they have Stankoven and Wyatt Johnson too.
yeah.
It's crazy. It's like their veteran guys are all like above average players, and their young talent is all above average players. And we didn't even touch on the defense.
Because like
We
also
didn't
they
even
have
touch
all
on
these
that.
veterans, and I don't remember them making that many trade deadline moves in the past few years. They always get them in the off season.
Yep, it's been a lot of signings.
Yeah.
Well, it's just weird,
Pavelski
like
signing.
how long they've been relevant. I mean, I feel like I can't remember the last time I was like, oh God, yeah, the Stars have no chance of making the playoffs.
Well, yeah,
Like,
'cause they
when
got
is the
Robertson
last
and
time?
Hintz. They got Robertson and Hintz in late round picks.
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
they've constantly been relevant. It does feel like they're due. And I
well,
think
probably the year they drafted Heiskanen was probably the last time because they got him third overall.
right, but like did that come? I feel like that came
I
after
thought
like
that
a
was
year where they
wasn't
were
Sagan hurt one year, and I
that's
thought
what
that
I
was
mean. Like I feel
when
like it was
Sagan
like
was
a
hurt
fluke
and
year.
when Bishop left. Those like both those coincided, I thought.
Yeah, and I remember when everyone thought Jake Ottinger was going to be a bust too because he didn't take the Vasilevsky route and be like an elite goalie by 22, and then he also just kind of came out of nowhere. I gotta give the Stars development team the way they develop players. It might I think it's world class. I can't think of another team that's really better other than Tampa, maybe.
Yeah,
Well,
but
like
I
okay,
think the
all right.
Stars are
So
set for a while. I mean, maybe yeah.
Oh,
I
for
mean,
sure.
once they lose 4 or 5 of their veterans, they'll have to bring up some rookies. But
it's a
Yeah,
very
they
weird.
just
They've had a
redo it.
weird like arc. Like so the year what did they draft Heiskanen? Okay, so they've made the playoffs 5 of the last 6 years, and the year that they didn't make it was 2021, which obviously with COVID was kind of a weird year. But like okay, so then the 2 years that they didn't make the playoffs, one of them they had 90 points and came in sixth in their division. And then
When the Central was absolutely insane.
yeah. And then the year they got Heiskanen, they had 79 points. So that was a pretty rough year. But literally the year before that, they had 109 points.
Jeez. Yeah. And you asked what year the Heiskanen was. I don't talk about that draft. I choose to ignore that draft and pretend like it never happened.
I mean, they've had less than 90 points only one time since 2015, 2016, aside from the COVID years.
Yeah,
Because of
I
the
would
rushing.
assume I'd have to assume the COVID years they were either on pace or close
Yeah, I
to
mean
it.
they had 60 points in 56 games, so that's pretty close to not.
Close, pretty
Um
close.
yeah, and then 82 points in 69 games. So
Yeah, 8 points in 13. So yeah, I think the point we're getting at is that the Stars are a wagon, and not enough people talked about them coming into the postseason. Like people talked about the Rangers and the Panthers and even the Avalanche, even Edmonton. People just don't talk about Dallas like that, and I think it's time. I think it's time. It's not basketball. It's not the NBA where we're talking about how you need that one guy. They don't maybe you can make an argument for Robertson, but even he was like maybe a point a game this year.
And that's the thing there. They're a team where any line is out there, and I'm like, oh shit, like
Yeah.
guard the net because their first line is out. Their fourth line, put them against any first line. I'm like they could play them well. They could shut down McDavid's line. Like
Yeah, they got every player plays they don't have a defensive liability. They don't have anyone who can't score. Wait, who do you think you seem
sorry,
to
I said
think someone's
sorry.
a defensive?
Ekblad just kind of spurted out of my mouth for a second.
Oh yes, noted Dallas star Aaron Ekblad. More like
Well, no,
noted
I'm just saying
Shanghai
a
Shark.
defensive liability.
Yeah, more like yeah,
classic defensive
Shanghai
liability.
Shark Aaron Ekblad. Michael, go ahead and rant.
Okay, Aaron Ekblad has like maybe the most bipolar player I've ever witnessed, like ever touched the ice, dude. Like it's crazy like how good he can be sometimes and then also like do things that you learn in Pee Wee not to do. I mean, I've never seen a guy like try to break out of the defensive zone up the middle like more times than I've watched Aaron Ekblad do it. And sometimes he'll just do it without even looking. He'll do no look passes through the middle of the zone. It's unbelievable. Taking offensive zone penalties. Like it's like I don't understand this man's game. It's hard to watch when you pay him that much money to like fuck up simple shit. And I really like him as a defenseman whenever he's on. And I think that like I mean you saw it a few years ago, like he is Norris caliber whenever he's playing his game, but like I don't know if it's just the bright lights. I don't know if it's all the injuries, but like something isn't clicking up there for him. And I'm confident that it's a mental thing because I know he has the talent to, you know, not do that shit. But man, does it hurt to watch sometimes.
No, I agree. The one that pissed me off the most was with 40 seconds left in game 4 when they took the 3-1 lead. He took that interference penalty. The guy who chipped it, I forget who it was on Boston. He
It was
chipped that puck
McAvoy.
way too hard. Way too hard. That puck was going in the corner, low threat. There is absolutely no reason to bring the guy down. He's not scoring from there. If he even retrieves the puck, he probably wasn't even going to get it. So I mean, I'm pretty sure if I remember right, there were two Panthers and a Bruin in the corner that were pursuing it that were closer than the two of them. It just it makes no sense like what he's thinking when he's out there sometimes. I don't understand the thought process. So I agree it's probably all mental, but
For
he's got to
every
wake up.
for every stupid Ekblad penalty, though, there's an equally stupid Boston too many men. So it's
That
kind of
is true.
evening
They
out at this
cancel each
point.
other
I
out,
mean,
just as the goalie
Jesus, dude.
interference penalties cancel
They
each
should
other
just
out.
honestly play with five players. They'd find a way with if they had five players left on their bench to get too many men. The coach would find his way on the ice. Like
Oh
Jimmy
my
Butler's a
god.
tool.
Um yeah, and then I mean anything else to touch on because I want to get into MLB because I know me and Peyton both have something to talk about.
yes, we can move to the MLB.
All right, Peyton, you want to start us off with what happened last night?
Yeah. Well, I learned from last night that there are a lot of very unintelligent baseball fans. So the Angels are down by one with the bases loaded and one out. So we put on a suicide squeeze play.
You're
which
speaking gibberish to Ryan right now, by the
Ryan,
way. He
a
has
suicide
absolutely
squeeze.
no idea what any of this
So a
means.
suicide squeeze is when the runner on third base steals and the batter has to bunt the ball no matter where it's at. You either got to foul it off or put it into play, because if not, you just take the pitch. It's like pretty much an automatic out. Well, so the Angels did that last night, and the pitch was probably almost out of the opposite batter's box. Like, it was a horrible pitch. And obviously he didn't make contact, or else he wouldn't be talking about this. And missed, and the runner, it was literally a free out for the defense, which that's literally what you expect when you miss a squeeze. It just happens. But then Angels fans were like, "Oh, he should have just pulled the bunt back, and why didn't he just stop stealing?" Like that's like literally the entire play. And they were mad that the manager called the play instead of just letting him hit, which is stupid because Guillorme is hitting like a $130 this year. Like, we needed to
Yeah,
make
telling someone to just stop stealing would literally defeat the entire purpose of the suicide squeeze.
yeah.
It's not a suicide squeeze if you go halfway down the line, hit the brakes.
But
That's
Angels also might be the worst team in the MLB this year.
yeah, they're up there. I would still take them over the White Sox. I really think the White Sox are that bad and just on a hot streak. But
Maybe it's because we have Kevin Pillar, and for some reason he's the GOAT.
yeah, but and I thought it was interesting. I listened to Ron Washington's post game interview. I definitely think he could have worded it better, but I don't necessarily. I think a lot of people are overreacting, saying that he called the play and then is completely throwing Guillorme under the bus like that. I don't really know if that was his intention, but regardless, I will not tolerate Ron Washington slander. I love that man.
Dude,
I always have loved
they're
that man.
professional baseball players. If you can't do your job, you should be slandered.
But to be fair, though, what was he supposed to do? I mean, that ball was so
Dude,
far outside.
That's literally, but that's when you like jump and try to bunt it.
I agree. He could have made a better effort, but also, I just think that's just terrible luck, and you can't be too upset at the fact that it didn't work out when the guy's
You gotta
basically
try a
lunging
little
with
harder
one
than that.
hand.
You do
What
have
is
to
that?
try a little harder than that, though.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, if he's criticizing if you want to criticize the maybe that he didn't like really get out there and try to get there, that's fine. But you can't say he should have gotten the bat on it. I mean, that was just tough.
Yeah.
But yeah, Angels are struggling. That I love this Angels Cardinals series because it almost feels like a battle of who is more disappointing on a yearly basis.
The battle of ass.
The battle of not even the battle of mid. This is just the battle of ass.
Yes.
But I do think it's interesting that our two teams had the two biggest stories in baseball yesterday, because there was the Manuel Rodriguez incident in extra innings of the Rays game. I'm not one to slander Kevin Cash. I know a lot of people don't like him. I think he does a really good job. But last night, I think might be the first time that I've ever really felt like we might need to, maybe open our minds a little bit about other options, because why you would play the middle infield in with runners on first and third and one out in the 12th inning or in the 11th inning is just beyond me. It's beyond me. What do you plan on doing? What's the plan? You're not going to leave the double play option open, because everyone's saying, oh, we should have just thrown him out at home because it was a dribbler that went to the pitcher. First of all, he was like 3/4 of the way down the line by the time he fielded it. There wasn't a guarantee they were going to get him anyway. And second of all, if you do that, that's great. You got the out at home. There's still a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. You play Caballero back and you go for the double play, the game's over. So I just it's baffling. I don't understand why you wouldn't try to go for the win when you have a top 3 defensive shortstop in the league that turning double plays. But yeah, that's my rant on that. And a lot of people were criticizing the pitcher more than Kevin Cash, but I think there's just levels to it. I think you have to understand. That's just bad situational awareness. So yeah, there's there's my rant. I really wanted to get that one out.
I, for one, have never been a Kevin Cash supporter. I'm just not.
That's fair. I know you. Neither has our mom. My mom will take every chance possible to slander Kevin Cash, but she really does. It's so funny because like she'll text me about the game, and 90% of the time it's what is Kevin Cash doing? Why is this the what's going on? But yeah, last night just that I just don't understand. You non well, Michael knows baseball. Brian, non-ball knower. What how do you feel about playing the middle infield in that situation?
The middle infield in.
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
I think it really exposes the double play there.
No, it's anti-double play.
But what if it goes over his head?
Well, you're not going to get a double play either way.
Yeah, then you
Oh, I
weren't
mean,
gonna get
sorry.
one anyway.
So when I meant double play, I meant like they get a double. Sorry, like the hitter gets a double.
No.
Well, the outfield's not playing in. The outfield's playing at a normal distance.
So the guy on second's behind the pitcher.
The middle infield is the second base and the shortstop. You have a runner on first and third, right?
Mhm,
So the goal should be we want to get the fuck out of this inning, get a double play, and win. But
mhm,
instead, they made the decision to play them in front of second base, so that any ground ball they'd have to run backwards to second base, and it would virtually be impossible to turn
mhm,
a double play.
mhm.
I love teaching Ryan new things.
Zaxby's and Mr. Beast are collaborating. Just thought I'd throw that in there. Sorry, my ADHD
Um,
was kicking in
since
there.
we're since we're ranting, I forgot to bring this up during hockey. The thing that pissed me off the most is NHL scheduling. Why do they think they should just always put that the game is going to start at 9:30 if it's always going to start at 9:52? What is the point of scheduling it at 9:30 if the puck drop is always going to be 9:50? Just make it 10 o'clock. Or don't start the early game at 7:30, start it at 7.
That's a good one. That's a good rant.
I the most
Oh, okay.
annoying thing is every time you're watching the early game, there's 5 minutes left in the third period. They're like, oh, just letting you all know that the time's been pushed back 22 minutes. I was already expecting that. Put $1 million. It's gonna be pushed back to 9:52. I'll take it. Like, and then you have the stuff where it cuts out of the last minute of the Rangers Hurricanes to show the warm-ups. Like,
To be fair, I do believe that was an accident on
but
the on
that
the
accident wouldn't happen if they just scheduled the game for 10 o'clock. And if they
agreed.
scheduled the early game for 7 o'clock.
Preach.
I
I
understand if
agree.
there's overtime. If there's overtime, then yes, you should push the game back, maybe like 15 minutes. But these games are getting pushed back because the third period, which is always played in every hockey game, is still going on.
No,
Do you
it
want to
makes
go to
sense.
Do you guys have
um
anything else for anything for NFL?
I'm happy
Sorry, I
with the
didn't know if
MVS
you were done with
signing.
your NHL rant.
Um yeah, happy with the MVS signing. So the Bills at least have some receivers. I guess I don't want to consider us deep at the receiving pool, but we have a fourth or fifth guy where I wouldn't be scared. I think he has hands at least.
Yeah, they have 4 or 5 like mid dudes
Yeah,
just
like yeah. I wouldn't say
in
we have a
there.
guy. We don't have a
There's
guy.
no guy. No, there is no guy.
Our guy right now, we're gonna play Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox. Like I think those are our. I mean, obviously Coleman or I mean Samuel may be better hands than Knox, you could say, but I think we're gonna be a very tight end heavy offense.
All right,
Um,
I have a good question here. I want to hear some debate. Who has more receiving yards this year? Dalton Kincaid or Kyle Pitts?
Dalton.
Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts.
But I think it'll be
yeah,
close.
I don't. So I think the difference is I'll take Dalton Kincaid to have more receptions. How about that? I'll take it that close. I'll say Kincaid has more receptions and touchdowns, Pitts has more yards.
I agree with that actually.
Yeah, I like it because I think like Dalton Kincaid is
parlay
like
that.
the guy. Like Dalton Kincaid is the undisputed number one target in Buffalo, which almost sounds like funny, but he
Mhm.
is. Pitts
But
has
he's
more
pretty good. It's not like
competition.
it's like, oh my God, Dalton Kincaid is their top target. Would you say he's a top 10 tight end?
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably not top 5. There's a
Fantasy
lot of
tight
old
end.
guys that are top 5. He'll be top 5 eventually. Once Kittle, Kelsey, once basically every top 5 tight end retires, he'll be top 5.
Yeah, he'll be top 5 once 5 people retire.
Yeah. And then yeah, no. I all right. I'll raise you this one. Who has more receiving yards? No, actually, never mind. I was gonna say
No,
Kyle
ask.
Pitts.
No, ask. I want to
I
hear
was gonna
now.
say Kyle Pitts or Brock Bowers, but
I mean, not even.
Yeah, no,
not
that's
even.
okay,
not-
you say not even close. Like I know, like we're all saying this with the expectation that Kyle Pitts is a better year than he had last year. But like looking at Kyle Pitts' stats from last year, is it really crazy to think that like Brock Bowers could have a year like Kyle Pitts had in his first year? Like I don't
No.
think
Who is
that's
Brock
actually-
Brock
Bowers?
Bowers is not having 1,000
Quarterback.
receiving yards with Aiden O'Connell throwing him the ball.
I know it's Jimmy G. It'll be Jimmy G.
No, I know. I thought they released him because on the Tom
Oh.
Brady thing, they said the Raiders went ahead and did your favorite thing for you and cut Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I thought I
Well,
saw a clip recently.
I
of
thought
him.
they were gonna be getting Tom Brady. No, I'm just kidding.
As an owner, perhaps. Yeah, and I.
Oh, it's Gardner
I think
Minshew.
Brock better.
Oh, never mind. Brock Bowers is having 10 times as many
You know what? Here, this would be the greatest thing. Tom Brady should buy the Raiders and then eventually draft Archie Manning so he can finally own the Mannings.
Well,
You
he
wanna
would
move
need
on
to
to golf?
buy Eli Manning on the black
You wanna-
market to do that because Eli Manning has owned him for his whole career.
Fair. Peyton, you
Um,
got anything to add for NFL?
Yes, that Eli Manning went to.
Okay.
Ole Miss. He did go to
Um,
Ole Miss.
I mean, are we just ignoring the fact that Gardner Minshew's throwing him the ball, dude? I think the Raiders. I don't
Gardner
know
Minshew
what-
is not throwing him the ball. They will start Aiden O'Connell over him.
No, they will not.
Yes, they will.
Yes, they will. Oh my God, Aiden
They
O'Connell will
cut
start over.
Jimmy Garoppolo. Dude, Jimmy G is 5 times the quarterback that Gardner Minshew is.
Hold on, wait. There's sportsbook odds on this. Hold on. Raiders starter for week 1. Let's see where the line is.
Oh my God.
If Aiden O'Connell's plus odds, I will deposit money right now and bet on it.
Minshew is minus 200.
Huh?
Wow.
I'm
Wow.
going McConnell. Or O'Connell.
I just don't understand you.
O'Connell.
Minshew is like he did good with the Colts last year.
Yeah, but Aiden O'Connell he's got 100 dog rating.
And he's young, and they think, if they have something, they might.
I'm sorry. Gardner Minshew in anything but Jacksonville, like teal turquoise, it just looks weird.
But are you kidding me, dude? He is going to be dripping in sex appeal walking across the Vegas Strip to that stadium to drop
Yeah, he's going to be
bombs.
stuck in the casinos every night. He's never going to be studying the playbook.
Yeah, you could drip in sex appeal and be a backup quarterback. Backup quarterback's a beautiful job. You get paid millions of dollars, and anytime you do go out there, people don't really expect much out of you.
Okay, Aiden
Meanwhile,
O'Connell's
that's
also
Aiden
only
O'Connell.
2 years.
Who is a lunch pail kind of guy who will sit in his room and learn that playbook.
Yeah, Aiden McConnell will study his ass off.
I don't
be
know who
Gardner
Aiden
Minshew.
McConnell is, but Aiden
I keep-
O'Connell.
It's all
Right.
stupid fucking Irish names. They're
He's
all the
only
same.
okay. By the way, Minshew's only 2 years older than him too. Like he's not that young.
Is he? Wow. Okay, that's actually
It's his
relatively
birthday tomorrow.
surprising.
So if you're watching this, Gardner, happy
birthday.
He'll be 3 years older tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
that's
but okay,
what
but
it
Aiden O'Connell's birthday is at like the beginning of September, so it's like not
So
Dang,
two
he's
and a
got
half.
these boys' birthdays on lock.
2.5.
Call bro famous birthdays.
Sorry,
He
it's-
must run the page.
No, it's
It
Google.
wins mine.
Your birthday, Peyton, is October 2nd.
Nope.
Wow.
Wow.
It wins
I-
Dante's.
Huh?
Wins Dante's.
Oh, Peyton, your birthday is. I know it's October, and I know it's in the teens, right? Because it's a week after Ryan's. All I see is Ryan shaking his head. Or is it a week before Ryan's? Why is Ryan just staring at me like that?
Well, because now we're going really off topic, so just guess so we can get
Yeah.
back to
All right. October 15th.
5th.
Damn it, I knew it was fuck
No,
me.
you didn't. If you knew it was the 5th, you would have said the 5th.
Golf.
I said A5.
Okay,
There was
golf, golf,
A5
golf,
and 15.
golf. Valhalla is this weekend, which I love the name. Like the two back-to-back like PGA championship names that I love, Oak Hill and Valhalla.
What
I
the
mean,
hell
just-
is it?
Can I say
What?
something before we get to golf?
Yes, Payne.
I just saw NBC Sports posted most primetime games played in the NFL regular season since 2020. 3 of our teams are on this list.
Haha, Michael or Ryan.
Uh,
Wait,
Michael.
what?
Probably
Uh,
Michael,
Oh,
yeah.
haha, Michael. Wait, how are
Is it
the
really?
wait? Oh, wait.
I'm kinda
What was the
surprised.
time frame? 20 what?
2020.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm
Haha,
actually kind of
Michael.
surprised by that.
Packers are first at 22. Cowboys are tied for second at 21, and the Bills are tied for 5th at 20.
Where are the Dolphins at?
I don't
Does
know.
it
It's
say?
just, there's the top 5.
Oh, okay.
No one wants to watch Tua turn the ball over in prime time.
Unless
think
they're
the
playing
Remember the
Dolphins-
last time one of the games I remember the Dolphins were on prime time was Dolphins Bengals right after
Yeah.
the hurricane.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
an
no.
iconic. Just all the things that happened between the game, the
Well,
hurricane.
we were
where
watching that
were.
game in the one restaurant that had power.
Yep.
Eating
What was
like
it? What was it?
French-
The pickled
garbage.
onion.
yeah, the
It was
pickled onion.
garbage.
Yeah.
That place was terrible, dude. It took over an old Beef O'Brady.
And now
Yeah.
it's a breakfast place.
Yeah, like some Italian breakfast place. Very interesting. Yeah, what the hell is the Valhalla and why is Brooks in it?
It's the PGA Championship. The PGA Championship has nothing to do with the PGA Tour. It is one of
It's
the
a
4
major.
majors. So the live guys are allowed to
Okay.
play in any of the majors. They're
Gotcha.
not owned by the PGA. Yes, it's called
I've never heard
PGA
of it. Like, why is it called Valhalla? Is that
because
like
that's the
just
golf
an-
course that they're at.
Oh, okay.
Like
Yeah, it's not the
Valhalla.
tournament's not called Valhalla.
Yeah.
It's called the PGA Championship.
It's a great.
at
Everyone's
Valhalla.
calling it Valhalla because it's a great name of a golf course to be.
Yeah,
PGA. Like
yeah. I
everyone
just, like-
called it. Everyone called it Oak Hill last year when it was in Rochester.
Gotcha. I didn't realize that was like a thing. I thought it was just like, I don't know, like the US Open was the US Open even whenever it was at Pebble Beach. Like, I don't know.
I will.
I was confused.
I love the Spieth Kepka Homa group.
What a
is
grouping!
is absolute aura, just insane aura.
I mean,
for a
poor
golf
Koepka.
grouping.
Because Kepka's going to go out there. He's going to have perfect drives, perfect irons. And he's going to have to watch these two bozos go bunker to bunker, other fairway to other fairway. He's going to lose his mind trying to play golf with these two. Like I can't wait for the still frames of like Kepka just rolling his eyes as like Spieth like slices it like 300 yards to the left.
He's gonna
Yeah.
be watching Cats game 6 in the clubhouse after round
Yeah.
1.
But
Probably.
great storylines going up.
No,
for it.
no,
Rory's-
Cats game 6 is on. It's on Friday. Actually, it's not tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah.
Great storyline. So we have Rory, newly divorced.
So
We have
insanity
Scotty
run.
Scheffler with a kid. We also have Scotty Scheffler, who's not going to have his caddy for Saturday. He's going to have his old buddy caddy for him. Granted, it's not that much of a difference, but I think, I mean, Saturday there might be 1 or 2 shots that might be a little off for him, if he doesn't have the same caddy, especially a caddy that hadn't played or hasn't been on the course Thursday and Friday. Like,
Yeah.
I want to see how that
Well,
goes.
he's still probably studying it.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the sake of my majors bet with Michael, there's line at 7.5 for Scotty Scheffler majors. I will be taking Scotty Scheffler to win this one.
I do have a bonus, or I have a free bet, sweat free that I'll probably be doing Scheffler. We'll have to be doing my Homa. We'll probably be doing Brooks back to back, and then I like Ludwig. This will be my
Ludvika
fault.
Berg. Yeah. I actually like Kepka. I think Kepka and Scheffler are my two favorites. I need to look more into the odds before tomorrow. if I'm actually
Very
gonna play
wet there,
something.
they said. It is very, very wet, very, very thin fairways.
Yes, Valhalla does have notoriously thin fairways. I learned while playing the PGA golf game.
And then let's just go right to ban list. Michael, who are you banning this week? Speaking of
Um,
golf,
wait, what? Is there like a
who are we banning? Xander Schauffele.
Oh, yes, yes. I technically didn't have money on him, so I guess
Well, he was
um
on our prize picks. Um,
yes, he was on our prize picks and he fucked us twice.
twice.
Twice he fucked us. And two times it wasn't just like, oh wow, he played a bad round of golf. He literally just fucked us.
Hmm.
I could think of another ban list that Michael will have. Not a team or a
Yes,
person.
I'm not doing time on ice bets on prize picks anymore. I've missed two prize. Okay, actually, the one last night wasn't as big of a deal because I did miss another leg. So it was the difference between like 0.4x and nothing. And it was only like a $20 bet. So whatever. Um, but I literally missed a 5 pick by 4 seconds from Jordan Stahl. Um, and that just made me so sick. And so no more time on ice bets. I'm surprised they don't have like minutes bets for basketball yet, honestly.
Because those would just be too free.
I mean,
Josh
it's just
Hart
like
over every game.
it's just like anything. You could set a line for everything. I mean,
Any Knicks starter over. But the time on ice bets have been screwing you. The only locks were Brock Faber and Travis Sanheim for the first 41 games of the season.
well,
Those were locks.
I hit my first two, um, including one that was on the 5 pick that I won. I had McDavid's over on minutes, but it's just two disgusting beats in a row, just kind of turning me off to it.
Makes sense.
I do have a few locks. I'm looking at my golfs for the weekend. One of my favorite. Peyton, you might like this one. Matsuyama plus 230 to come in the top 20. Um, I think that's
Top
great
20.
value. Yeah, top 20. I love
Wow.
Matsuyama. He's a pretty consistent guy. Um, and he has been playing decent. He hasn't been winning, so I don't like him to win, but to come top 20 at plus 230, I think is great odds for a guy like that. You can also take, which I just saw this one. Um, they have a lot of fun bets for this. One of them is the top debutant. So the top player for their first time ever at the PGA Championship. A Berg is plus 200. He's a pretty high favorite for that, but I do like him for plus 200. A lot of these other rookies just don't match up to the skill that he
Who
has.
are some of the other ones on that list? Like top five.
Bhatia is second at plus 850. Jake Knapp is third at plus 1400. Ekrot, Pavone, Dunlap. Those are the only guys I know. Other than
I
that, I
like
guess the names
Knapp.
I don't.
I like
No,
Knapp.
dude,
No, but he doesn't have to win. He just has to be the best of the rookies. He's been playing really
I
well the
can't
last
see a
few
world
weeks.
where he does better than a Berg. I really can't.
I mean, could you see a world where he did better than any of the other golfers that he finished ahead of last weekend or in the Mexico one?
Where did he finish last weekend?
Well, he ended up finishing, I think, sixth, but he was in first a lot of time and still finished ahead of some notable names. Not
I don't
everyone
think
was there.
a Berg didn't play last weekend, so point proven.
Well, you know what? Then maybe a Berg will be rusty then. Sounds like he should get off his Swedish ass and actually try golfing.
All Swedish,
No
no
finish.
finish.
No.
All right. Anything else? Paying any ban list? Any mortal locks?
No.
All right. Is it actually? How about this, Payne? Over under. How many boneless wings are you having tonight?
17 and a half.
Over.
Oh,
Give me the over
over.
for
I was gonna
Peyton.
say like 23, 24.
Over
They're
for
like chicken
Peyton,
nuggets out here.
under for me.
I'm specifically doing a little bit of a weaker sauce just so I can eat a few more.
But the thing
You
is,
got
I
light
really
sauce.
like their fries.
He's
And that's
got
the
a
thing.
point.
Are they gonna make you finish the fries before you go get more wings?
I don't know. We're gonna find out. Stay
All right.
tuned for next week. We'll share our results.
Yeah, we'll see who can eat the most boneless wings. Michael, how many boneless wings are you gonna eat?
None.
Oh,
Wait. Okay, wait. So I want lines on each of you.
Well, when we get there, we'll let you know because we'll have to know if we have to eat the fries.
yeah. If we have to eat the fries, then I'm going a lot less. But like, if it's like the fries are a side thing, then
You boys
um,
have fun.
We will.
Yeah, definitely will.
all
The
right.
three of
Well,
us.
Peyton, the wings are waiting for you to let us go.
Stay twisted, fellas.
See y'all next time.